Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Sometimes your child will ask you a question that leaves you stuck. Well, here are some common questions, a sample response, and the embedded principles and my thoughts behind the approach. Grandpa died, and your 5-year-old asks, when will I see him again? Sample answer, you want to say it in only a moderately sad tone. You won't. Most of us live a long time and then we're done. That's why we make the most of our time, and that's why Grandpa so enjoys spending time with you. We can always look at his pictures and talk about him. You have a question about all this? That answer avoids deception, which later would be discovered, which would impede trust. It would also work for atheist and religious people. It avoids discussing the more difficult and not currently relevant question of why even some children die. Yet by ending with, do you have a question about all this? The door is open to whatever the child might want to know. Your 8-year-old asks, how come you close the bedroom door and make noise? You sound like you're hurt. A possible response, thank you for caring. We're fine. We like to cuddle privately and sometimes we make noise. That answer provides reassurance and, without dissembling, defers the details until a more appropriate age. Your 15-year-old asks, what do you think about going all the way? I mean, with sex? Possible answer, well, it depends. For example, if the person did it in hopes of locking in a relationship, that's not a good reason because too often the person leaves anyway. If the reason is because both people really want to do it rather than being pressured into doing it, and they take precautions such as birth control pills for contraception and a condom for that and for disease protection, it may be fine. You want to tell me more specifics? The child's wording made it clear that, at least for the moment, he or she doesn't want to disclose the situation, whether it's personal or not, or just of intellectual interest. The parent's wording respects that, but leaves the door open for the teen revealing more if he or she wishes. Your 16-year-old asks, I know they say weed is bad, especially for the growing brain, but I've tried it and I like it. I don't think I'll get addicted, so it's not going to mess with my brain. You do weed. I don't want to hide it from you. Now it's legal. Can I vape in the house? Sample answer, yes, you're right. Weed damages the developing brain and has other mental and physical health risks. You can Google that if you want, and some people do get addicted. No guarantees, but it is certainly possible. Everybody who have said that they weren't going to get addicted, everybody who's addicted who said they never would, ended up being wrong. And the answer would continue, yeah, I use marijuana, and I'm not a perfect person in other ways, but I'm hoping you'll be better than I am. I'm not much down for laying down the law, because if you want to do it, you'll find a way. But as a parent who loves you, I don't feel okay about condoning use of marijuana, and I don't want it in the house. That response starts with a point of agreement, that they agree that it can hurt the damaging brain. But it avoids lecturing about additional dangers, but implies them. Even though the parent is asking the child to not do what the parent does, the parent avoids appearing hypocritical by saying that she hopes her child will be better. The parent ends with the candid admission that blanket enforcement is impossible, but wants to set a limit that she can enforce. And finally, your 17-year-old asks, why can't I stay out past midnight? Other kids do. You don't trust me, do you? Sample response, I do trust you, but don't necessarily trust everyone. After midnight, people are more likely to be under the influence, and whether it's at a party or in driving, that can put you at unnecessary risk. Besides, I can't comfortably go to sleep until you're home. There's plenty of time to have a good time and still be home by midnight. That parent provides both a rational and an emotional reason for setting a moderate curfew. The purpose of these samples is to show that it's possible, even in response to difficult questions, to remain candid and to strike a moderate stance between laissez-faire and highly restrictive parenting. Of course, feel free to use, adapt, or scrap these samples in favor of your own approach. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.